I started my business when I was 28 years old. All I know is grind.
I've absolutely earned this lifestyle that I live right now. I'm not trying to change it.
And let's remember husband Mike down on pit road.
Now I'm going NASCAR driving and I'm having babies.
Oh, hail the king!
You're going to start doing a bunch of stupid shit with your money. I'm not going to do it with mine.
I'm sure my whole family's going to what is Mike doing?
Oh, hail the king.
Back for episode 3 with my buddy Sweetness.
Hello, everybody. How are you? Don't forget, we got Jason with us too.
We got Jason here today. This is we got a lot of hot topics.
Hey boys, how are you?
Hello,
doing
sir.
Well, brother. Doing well.
Another fun show lined up.
Now, during the coronavirus, have they kept you in that room the whole time?
I don't know if they've kept me in the room or I just kind of enjoy being in the room because it's soundproof. It's our theater, so it's kind of quiet. And with 5 kids, there's a lot of screaming and yelling going on, obviously.
Yeah, I've been
You
around.
have 5 kids?
Oh, dude, they're monsters. They're absolutely monsters.
Oh, you love them.
I've been around those kids a few times. I've had some cage match wrestling with them. We've had some dance-offs. But the kids cheat is the problem.
Cage matches have been the best, I feel like.
Yeah, well, the cage matches, it evens the field. I got a little weight on Luke. I mean, I think I got like 240 on him.
A little weight?
Yeah, but I think the cage match, because of leverage and all, it probably evens the match out. I mean, but I did win.
So you're saying that Luke weighs 30 pounds? Because if you put that 240
Yeah,
with your 30,
I mean,
you're
the
like
kid,
270?
I mean, what I'm getting at is I'm giving the kid his due. He held his own in there.
Luke is 3, for those of you who don't know.
3.
3. And at the
Luke?
time of the cage match, he was 2.
So what do we got for everybody this week? I know we've got another driver did not let us down.
We need to stop.
Gosh, huge, right?
Yeah.
We need to stop.
Why?
We need to remember our sponsor. Remember MailXL, guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's changing my life. I'm 2 weeks on it. I mean, everything's getting harder. I mean,
We made the mistake of starting this before Easter, I think.
well, Easter set me back, but I think until the weight loss kicks in, I think there's a lot of benefits going on.
But you've been eating healthy. You've been doing everything. And you're gaining weight.
Well,
Actually, you're staying steady.
What I'm telling you is the testosterone is making me harder.
So wait, you guys have already weighed in? Is that the case? Let's see.
Yeah, it didn't go so well. I mean, Sweetness. I had higher expectation of weight loss for Sweetness.
Let's see where Mikey's at. Mike, 270 pounds, dead even from last week.
Well, what I think really what I did is I put muscle weight on and took off some fat. So
Muscle weight.
Muscle weight. There we go. Sweetness. Let's see where he's at. 203 pounds, almost below the 200 mark, down 2 pounds.
Wow.
Good job, Sweetness.
What worries me about you, Sweetness, is you brought up that FUPA last week, and it just haunted me for a week.
Well,
what your FUPA is going to look like when you lose.
I think it's going to be a
I
tan.
think for people that don't know, we should explain, right? This is what a FUPA is. For people that don't know, FUPA is an acronym for fat upper pelvic or pubic area. And it is slang for fat in the lower abdomen area, the result of the medical condition paniculus or something like that. That's official.
I think they wanted to say pandemic because I saw Sweetness's FUPA earlier during the weigh-in, and I mean his FUPA is about to be an UPA.
Now, do you guys want to see what a FUPA looks like?
Yes, please.
I think I know. I think I saw it. I think I've seen an eclipse. Oh
boy.
Oh, wow.
FUPA on a man.
What is
that guy hasn't seen his feet or other things.
Well, I think if we had like a telecompter, like the football players, I think I would draw some arrows for the people that can't see this.
How does he pee?
Well, that's what I don't know.
Oh, yeah, he can't aim, right?
He's a large man. But I
guess,
guess
don't get me wrong. I like peeing outside and I like peeing in the shower.
Yeah, the guy must sit.
Well, I sit to pee too, though. But I mean, that has nothing to do with
he also wipes the other way too.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of strange habits afoot, but what I'm getting at is I was watching Sweetness change, get weighed in, and his actually has turned that corner. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Like if you look at my belly, it's big, but it's a smooth transition down to my Tinkle Monster.
Yeah.
With Sweetness,
Mine-
it goes and then it gives like a cliff
It
and then comes down.
Yeah.
Well,
it's rough. It's almost like it's almost like the Monopoly Man.
well, I think when I lose my weight, the elasticity of my body is going to probably give me, I mean, a Brad Pitt abs. I'm worried with Sweetness. He's going to have a little left over. He's going to have a little extra skin.
You better start leaving
Around.
that couch.
Have you seen what it looks like when, like, if somebody has a big fupa like that guy and then loses the weight?
No, I mean, but it's got to be scary as hell.
Oh my gosh, I got a picture. Check this out. Wow.
Oh.
It's just like skin hanging, right?
Oh.
The Monopoly Man. Look at it.
That does look a little bit like the Monopoly Man in the
Oh,
face.
that's bad.
Oh my God. I mean, Sweetness, I guess this is what I'm getting at. Do you,
I mean,
you better off?
that he lost the weight, right? But then you're left with this.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Are you better off with a full fupa or a low fupa?
I don't know. It's that. It almost looks like, remember Star Wars when he's got the lips that hang over that? Dun, 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 dun. That's kind of what it looks like.
I don't know. I think that fupa scared the crap out of me. I'm going to get on this program because I think I'm 30 pounds. If I go 30 more up, I might get that little, Sweetness. You're awful young to have that crack, like where you broke.
I'm 40. The crest.
Well, I'm saying you broke the seal. I think you're inching to a full fupa, but
I'm losing weight.
I think you're 1 inch into a fupa.
I'm losing weight, and I'm not even. I didn't start dieting because I didn't start before Easter. I knew I was going to.
My
That's
point
smart.
being,
That's smart,
I don't want to throw water on the flames of your diet because you obviously got your metabolism up that you dropped 2 pounds in a week.
True.
I mean, you should be proud of yourself.
Well,
my point being
that's
is
probably
know
male
what
XL.
you're chasing. I'm sure it was male XL.
Probably.
People should push
Hey,
that.
speaking of Male XL, how easy is this? They send me this little kit. I prick my finger. Now I can catch up.
More importantly,
Gotten a head start. That's it. That's it.
Okay.
Little kit.
So you're on the juice. You're on the juice like me.
I think I will be by next week. I prick my finger with this thing. I send it back.
so we had to go to the doctor. You can just do it from your house, and
That's
Exactly.
the whole deal, Sweetness.
Sure.
I mean, it's mail order testosterone. Nobody in the biz right now can do what Male XL is doing. They already had all the rights, everything set up. They were servicing thousands and thousands of patients a year.
By the way, that's a lot easier than have to go to the doctor and everything. You can do it at home.
Why would you go to the doctor? I mean, it's like when you got the cough, like the flu, you say, hey, and then you just order me a Z-Pack. And they say, no, we got to come in. And then they look at you and they go, hey, here's a Z-Pack. In this case, I think we all know we need testosterone. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Shoot, I do for sure.
Well, I mean, dude, I've seen it. I've seen there's no.
Well, you seen it. Seen what?
He was weighing in after me, and I'm getting really hard right now. I mean, I'm getting extremely, built, and his I didn't see any kind of.
Is that what it is? You beef up?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't see any kind of excitement come from you. I don't think you're probably in front of somebody like me with my presence and my hardness.
I'm trying to lose weight because I'm only. You got to remember, I'm only 5'3".
Well, I understand 5'3", 208 or whatever you are.
5'3", 203.
203. I mean, that's a
Dude's losing weight, man.
Yeah.
amount of man. So I guess the point being, I don't think Sweetness is chasing a goal that he should chase because he's going to have that flappy fupa, whereas my stuff's just going back.
Yeah, but mine'll be tan at least.
Well, you know what? You do have that Mexican.
I got a glow right now.
Yeah,
I'm Italian.
I'm sorry, Italian. So, what else we got on our plate here?
On our plate here, Big Mike. Big Mike may be moving.
I was going to say, I heard it may be happening.
We covered that on Angela's podcast. She's roped me into buying this big ass house. I mean, it's
Just one more, Mike.
Well, no. What I'm getting at is I sold all of our other properties so we can nest into this condo that we live in, and I guess the corona has forced us back out to the lake. So we're going to move on the lake and overextend ourselves like everybody else, and go back to living month to month. And
The lake.
bye.
The lake is a beautiful place.
Thanks, Sweetness. I mean, I enjoy it, so I appreciate you giving a shout out. My wife would be glad that we got some household items out of the way.
No.
I think it is. I mean, my, kids, we have kids, obviously. You've been to our house. I think having a house, pool, yard, I think the kids are going to dig it.
I want to come for the 5 kids, but the thing is, I like downtown. Downtown's nice.
Oh,
Everybody lives downtown. It's different people from different venues. If everybody lives different, they're all from different places.
As you can see, there's a little bit of a rift. I mean, Sweetness lives a block away.
Yeah.
We've been down here together for 6 years. We're best buds.
Yeah.
And Angela wants to move me. I was hoping we could get away with it. That's why it was a little pause, Jason. The real issue is Sweetness doesn't want his big buddy to move.
No,
I understand. That makes sense.
it's actually fun. You know, you got the kids. I'm watching the kids grow up. I want to get more involved. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, and he took Connor to his first gentleman's club. I mean, I don't.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Yeah.
I think if we weren't living down here, I don't see Sweetness making the trek 10 minutes
I'm a fun
to
uncle.
go get Connor. You know what I'm saying? Like you're
uncle.
just a drive-by guy.
I'm a funkle.
A funkle, yeah.
You know what a funkle is?
No.
Fun uncle.
Oh yeah, well, I get that. I like you being around too. I like to stick you in my pocket anytime I can.
Well, I'm a little ray of sunshine, baby.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, so
Connor's got a big deal coming up later in the show, huh? I think you've sent him out on a little journey.
this is up with a lot of these expert witnesses, and it's really started to bother me last week.
I love
Yeah.
expert.
Well, you had Travey, you had Titty
Titty
Pam. What I'm saying is all mine keep getting shot down. In pre-production, we have intense conversations about planning for our podcast. And I said, I just feel like one of my ideas should be taken. So
Yeah.
We're sending Connor out in this environment. Usually a gas station is probably a safe zone. And we sent
It normally is.
Yeah, we sent Connor out to go talk to some folks and get their opinion of our hot topic. Our NASCAR driver,
Kyle Larson.
Kyle Larson.
Kyle Larson. He had a
That's
rough week.
Big
this week.
thing, man.
Yeah,
Big.
another driver went down.
Another one bites the dust. Dun, dun, dun.
One bites the dust.
We've had 3 weeks in a row. We start with Harvick, and then it's Bubba Wallace, and now it's Kyle Larson. First we got Harvick talking like a moron. Suggesting, whatever the head hunting. I think it's that. Luckily,
He's going after you.
That's
going
all,
after your sister-in-law.
Yeah, it's all gone. It's all gone. So that idea, we stuffed that out. We didn't allow it to happen because that's the power we have from this podcast. And then the next week we get Bubba Wallace getting, fired. And now we got Kyle Larson getting fired. And during this whole Corona, I mean, Sweetness, during this is all going on, and you're hustled up in the Corona environment. I mean, what were you doing all week to protect yourself?
Me?
Yeah, I mean,
I Lysoled everything.
did you?
I Lysol everything at the house.
Wow, I mean,
But are you staying inside? Are you staying away from people? Or are you still hanging out at bars?
No, we're still going to work.
Work.
We're going to work. I go to work every day.
Some people are still working, Mike, right? I mean,
30 cars a day.
oh no, I mean, I'm not working, so all my businesses are in a holding pattern.
Furlough.
Yeah, furloughed. So I've been furloughed, but we are expecting our stimulus money at 2 of the companies I own Friday, and we get a lot of our folks back to work. So it is working.
We found out today. I had a couple people call me. People came out and buy cars. So we sold 30 cars today.
wow.
Okay. So
See,
that's
there's some businesses, Mike, we were talking about this before, that we kind of think are really going to do well because of this, and businesses that are just like done, right? I mean, they're just no coming back.
number one has got to be
What?
got to be buffets.
Oh yeah. Golden Corral. I mean,
Nobody's
so
going.
yeah. So what we were talking about, just to set the stage, is everybody's struggling a little bit. Unless you're selling, condoms and Perel.
Yeah.
Your business is in the tank. So what we were saying is, when we come back and the world's back to even, what businesses will forever be affected by this virus, and good and bad. And I agree with you, Sweetness. If you're taking out the kids to Golden Corral, and you're getting them all loaded up in the minivan, and you're going to
They're
Golden
putting their
Corral.
hands in the chocolate fountain.
Yeah, what used to be cute when you wipe the chocolate off the little sissy's face, and then you go back and you grab the handle and get another, gallon of sweet potatoes.
But now it's all in there.
That's what I'm getting it. It's
Have you ever gone
a
there?
petri dish going forward. So the boys at Golden Corral, I hate to say it. I mean, I don't know if they're public, but I'm short it. And, but there's got to be some businesses that are going to kill it,
Yeah, for sure. I think technology companies, anything to do with security, all the more like the podcasts.
Well, I think Tim said it the best that day. He said a lot of these girls are going to have to do their own videos,
right?
And I think that probably some of these female dancers, these exotic dancers, are probably ahead of the curve. They probably realized Zoom before we all realized Zoom.
Oh, for sure, the like private dances and stuff.
I never even heard of Zoom.
They're on a lot of those dating
article where people, some business owner was smart, is now having strippers basically deliver food. So they'll deliver food and strip for you.
Boobery.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they say the oldest profession in this country is prostitution. Obviously, these girls aren't prostitutes, but I would say they're visionary.
Yeah,
they're leading the curve.
Yeah, so a lot of them are doing some different things. They're getting online. They've been doing that. Boober Eats is a fantastic idea.
I mean,
you seen that girl Julia Rose, Mike, the girl that did that Fox stunt on national TV during the World Series?
Yeah, well, Jason's obsessed with this.
She owns Shag Mag, right?
Shag Mag, exactly.
Shag Mag.
Yeah, Shag Mag. Monthly thing that they do. But she was pretty smart, did a live wrestling match between her and another girl. It was, could have been some research we could have done.
I mean, these girls.
This was live?
Live.
Yeah, Jason was talking about it all day long. He follows this Julia Rose.
They must use something else besides mud. Mud wrestling?
No. What I'm saying is, I saw some clips from the video, and the referees were 6 feet away. The girls were clearly doused in Perel because they were glistening.
It was Corona.
Well, I don't.
6
I'm
feet
just
away.
saying they were being ultra sensitive to what's going on in the environment, and they put on their own wrestling match when Dana White, with all this billions of dollars behind him and all these sponsors, can't put on a wrestling match. But these girls,
they're not allowed to fight at all right now.
They found a way.
That's what I'm saying.
What's the way? What way did they find it? The girls.
These girls just live casted a wrestling match to all their fans.
Holy moly!
What I'm getting at is, they're
geniuses.
I mean, Dana White says he's going to do it. He's a tough guy, I like Dana White, and he couldn't pull it off, but Julia Rose pulled it off. I think, Jason, why don't we get this maverick on our show? I mean, I think let's reach out to this girl and get her.
Yeah, we should. Just from a business standpoint, what she's doing is interesting. I think a lot of people will be interested to find out, what she's doing and why her business is doing so well.
Did we know that? Did she own this before all this stuff? Like when they showed their boobs, did they Did they know that she was own this company, or did they just start this afterwards? That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh no, she's had this for a while.
She's had it for a long time. So her and her girl showed her boobs, and they own the company.
Yeah.
I mean, during the World Series, got kicked out of every. They can no longer go to another Major League Baseball game.
I remember the pictures because believe me,
Well, what I don't understand is I don't get a lot of this stuff. Like Bubba Wallace, he's quitting a race. You're fired. Kyle Larson. You use the N word, you're fired. But these poor
boom, boom.
But I mean, I get this.
Weeks, two guys.
These race car drivers are not very smart. But I mean, these girls, they went on national TV at Americans Pastime, and they showed their boobs.
And they're back.
And they get kicked out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, probably that's what I'm saying. NASCAR drivers better not go race these things in their shorts.
No. Wait.
Somebody's
that's where the FUPA comes in. That's where the reverse FUPA comes in.
Oh yeah, these drivers are so tiny. They do probably have a reverse FUPA. The problem is they're all skinny fat though. They don't really work out, so they probably got FUPAs on their butts. Like they probably got
gross.
Butts.
Can we please move on? I'm excited to talk about this Kyle Larson thing because I have very, very strong opinions. I don't know about you guys, but I'd love to dive into this.
Well, this is a sensitive one. Anytime the N word is going to be used on TV, radio, in your living room, in your underoos, playing a game, I think it's a sensitive topic. So what I asked Jason to do, just to like make sure we get all our cards on the table and everybody knows where we come from. We asked our other producer to join the show.
What up, O?
What's up, O, man?
Yeah, so
Well, now.
hey, O, thanks for joining us.
Anytime.
Where are you coming from, O?
I am in sunny Tampa, Florida.
Oh,
It's not so sunny right now, though.
Well,
is it raining?
Yeah, it's raining today. We got to get it. It keeps everything pretty down here.
There you go.
So, we appreciate you joining us. We have this week's hot topic is Kyle Larson uses the N-word. Just thought your perspective might be nice on the show. I think also our audience.
Because I'm black.
Yeah.
No,
because you're black.
I mean, if you said because he's black and that's the perspective you get, you might as well say my perspective means more because I'm raising a half African American little girl. Lord,
She's beautiful, by the way.
Maybe if it's a color thing, then maybe there is a perspective that you have. I mean, I really wouldn't go there. I would just want to get more people in our audience.
In the big picture, though, Mike, I mean, all jokes aside, you do have to worry about this now. Okay, so kind of like every situation that happens now is you may not have had to before, but the fact that you have a child of color in your house now, these are real issues. These are real issues.
Yeah, I mean it's so Jay, set the stage for us. We do have another couple guests that we're going to bring in, some experts.
Bring back.
Well, we're going to bring Connor in.
Connor.
Yeah, we're going to bring Connor.
Connor's got a little thing going on, but let me set the stage for us, so that we can all have a discussion. So Kyle Larson, one of the top NASCAR drivers right now, is doing this virtual reality racing that a lot of the drivers are doing because there's nobody on track. But this thing has taken off, and millions of people are now watching it. So this wasn't something that was done during the Sunday race, but it was something that was done on Friday night, I believe it was, or Saturday night. And so he is sitting at home, gets disconnected, gets frustrated, and says to his spotter, I believe it was, "Hey, N-word." And then people went silent, right? And they're like, "Kyle, you're on. People can hear you. People can hear you." And then I think he just got off real quick. He was like, "Oh, crap," and got off. So the next day it blows up, right? First people start suspending him. But within 24 hours, I believe, or 48 hours at the most, his team owner, Chip Ganassi, decides to fire him. No second chance, no explanation. We're done.
So he didn't just lose his sponsors; he lost the team. See, I didn't know that. I thought he just lose the sponsors. So his team fired him too. That's what the comment.
NASCAR suspended him and his sponsor.
But it's Chevrolet. Chevrolet themselves, they're a sponsor because they sponsor teams. They sponsor the car. They sponsored them too. They're gone.
Everybody's gone. The kid's career, I assume he makes $5 million a year plus endorsements. His career is over.
But
do you think that's appropriate
for trying to entertain people when everybody else is at home?
So let's lay a couple more framework questions. Kyle Larson is not black.
No. Kyle Larson is Japanese, I believe.
Yeah, Japanese.
Okay, is his spotter black?
No. He is not black.
Not that I know. No black at all.
He's white and Japanese.
No. Was the person he was talking to black?
Oh, no.
Was it? Was he black? I'm not sure. I don't think.
I assume no, but does it matter?
What I heard was on this stuff.
We'll get into that. Yeah, we can get into that more. I'm just trying to see what environment we're creating there. He's in his house and all that. So should he have been fired by his team or should he have been fired by his sponsors? Is that the question?
Anybody.
Yeah. His life had been turned upside down for saying the N-word.
Right. And I understand that as
many people at home.
As a business guy, as a businessman, we work in television and we understand the value of sponsors. Yeah. As a business guy, I would say, unfortunately, absolutely, you have to lose your spot because that's what you kind of got into. You're trying to represent something that our brand wants to be associated with.
Right.
And even though that was a slip of the tongue, I understand that. But, we've all lost something for a slip at some point in time. And I think that it's valid. If one person has to lose, everybody has to lose. The day Tiger Woods got dropped by everybody, every athlete had to be concerned at that point.
Well, I'm sponsored by Male XL, and I know that I'm not supposed to talk about dating older women. I mean, that's not what we're after. We're getting testosterone, and we're supposed to be going after younger race
Right.
car
Hey,
driving.
I like
blondes.
older
So
women.
I think I know in my setting I would lose my sponsor if I went down that path. He's sponsored by McDonald's. Is there any scenario where McDonald's is going to get on there and say, "Hey, it's okay"?
That's
The
the
first one
most
was
diverse company in the entire world. You know,
Yeah.
you got movies, you got music, you got McDonald's. So when it comes to diversity, it doesn't really get much more. Maybe Coca-Cola, but I mean, they sell Coca-Cola in McDonald's.
yeah, they basically are the same.
So yeah, they could never forgive that. And you know how it is with the crooked or the mountain starts falling. If one guy bails out, the other guys are almost obligated to bail out.
Let's get to the root. The guy said a word that's bad. It doesn't
Right.
like it. I do think, and I may get stones thrown at me when I say this, but I feel like we've gotten way too sensitive about things. The guy shouldn't have said the word. It's a bad word. Shouldn't have said it.
Absolutely.
He should get his hand slapped. He should get, some kind of punishment. Hey, go to a class, whatever. But to the extent that this guy has lost almost everything for making a mistake when it wasn't like he was on TV and said it. He was sitting in his house, lost track of, what he was doing. He was playing a video game and made a mistake.
Right.
Did his wife do that to him? Did his wife do that to him?
And I think we're on two levels here, right? I think that from the sponsor side, they have to because they got people buying their products every day. From the job side, the owners of the team, I feel that that's kind of backstabbing. Play the OJ's music, backstabbing going on here because you know who this kid was. You probably knew him when he was a little jit driving go-karts or whatever. So he comes in the house, he messes up. He might show up at work, drunk one day at practice or whatever. You can't just give up on him. You got a lot invested in him.
Well, one of the things that I caught my eye and I am actually of the opinion he should get fired. I'm not saying he doesn't get a shot down the road.
He'll get a shot down the road. Somebody will give him a shot.
The word came out of his mouth way too easy. And I've used it. I mean, I would hate to lose my career if I was put in that setting, but the kid is being sponsored. He's representing a brand.
I think the one team he could go to and get away with it is Stuart Haas.
Why?
Why Stuart
They
Haas?
tolerate that. So your boy Tony, he takes my guy's sweetness and now he tolerates this.
Well, I'm just saying. I think they would be the place because they can go through all the. I texted him that last night in one of the groups. I was like, you got to get Larson now, and it was like in a group chat, and they approve it.
Tony would be all up getting Larson. Smokewood.
Oh, for sure. That's his kind of guy.
Well, what I don't get, just the kid, if he was sitting in his living room, and his mom was in the kitchen, and he said that word to his buddy that was spotting him. Do you think he's turned to mom and said, "Oh, mom, I'm sorry"?
No.
I don't think so. I think this is a natural thing for the kid to say. He said it on air, but the next day, because his career and his job's on the line, hell yeah, I apologize.
He apologized and all that.
If he ain't paying rent, he has nothing to financially lose.
I do think we got to connect with your boy Connor, who it's crazy what you've done, but you sent him out to get another view on this situation.
All right.
Con, how are you, bud?
What's up, y'all? How you guys doing?
Are you safe?
Yeah. I'm hanging out in the car. I'm about to get out. I'm at the local gas station, right? I came up here down the street from the house, but I've made some friends here, and we're gonna get their opinion. So come with me.
Yes.
All right. What's up, y'all? So welcome to the show. We're on Get Ruched, and I've got a couple questions for y'all. If you guys want to give your name or whatnot, I'm Connor.
He gonna get killed.
So.
That's it.
Nice to meet y'all. Thanks for being a part of what we're doing. So my question for y'all is we're running a show about NASCAR news essentially at the moment. And we had some big news this week. A driver named Kyle Larson playing a video game, not in the car, but playing a video game out at his home. He got a little too comfortable and said something he shouldn't have said. He dropped the N-word to his spotter thinking he was private, but he was really being broadcast to the whole world. Now, to give some credence to it, it is a white driver to more than likely it's NASCAR white spotter. What is your opinion on this, and how do you feel about that? He lost his entire career over it.
Honestly, I feel like he deserved a consequence for his actions. That was a little harsh though. But he did say the N word, right?
Yeah, he did.
So
he deserves some punishment, right?
Right, definitely. Honestly, I'm sorry. I believe that was what he got, he deserved. You feel me? Due to the fact that it's shown as an example, like you can't really use that term from black folks, situations and all that. Like we out here getting shot down and officers still walking around. You can't always do what you want to do, even though you got that money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I know what you mean, and that's the tough part, right? So this dude's out here, he says something he should not, and now he's been punished, and I think we all agree it's pretty relevant. What do you think, sir?
I kind of think it's a little harsh, but I think they had to show that the N-word can't be tolerated.
And well, thank you very much for y'all's opinion.
Thank
and
you.
leave y'all to it.
Thanks,
But,
Connor.
I would have thought they would have been a lot harder on Larson.
See, here's what I'm saying. I think people that are down to earth and live everyday, real life kind of stuff, they know that stuff happens, right? They don't like that the guy said it, but you heard him. He shouldn't have lost his whole career. He should get something, but he shouldn't have lost his whole career. And that's my point.
Well, you're never asking the everyday Joe. If McDonald's would have took the time to ask its customers, I guarantee the percentage would have came out in his favor that they wouldn't have cared if he would have lost the sponsorship or not.
Like I'm actually see Jason's way. Like I went on the hell yeah he should be fired partly because I went on after O's. I felt a little pressure because he's in the room. Like I got a half African American baby. I got a side, but I sit back and reflect a little bit. After hearing the guys at the gas station, I would have to say there is an argument. The kid's sitting in his underoos, he's playing a video game. He's in an environment that's very comfortable to him.
Yeah.
He probably, just took dropped some crackers and, and some cheese
we should bring in our Travey.
Well, I think I guess that's really where I was heading.
We should call Travey.
Yeah, I think Travey, I know you produced it, so I think we should probably give Travey a call because I hate to go to Travey 2 weeks in a row, but this is definitely
it's the
his
same
field.
Kind of stuff. It's a video game.
It's his field.
Could be busy playing a game, right?
No.
Or getting yelled at by his mom.
No,
like last week.
Travey.
Yo.
Hey, it's Jason on the Mike Rook Show. Get rooked. How are you?
Oh, what's going on, guys?
Here.
What up?
So, Travey, we've had another NASCAR gaming incident. I don't know if you're aware of it, but if you're not, let's set the stage for you, Travey. We need your opinion once again because these knuckleheads at NASCAR are taking this iRacing, and by the time we're done, I think Angela's going to get bumped up to the Cup Series because none of these idiots are going to have a job left. So,
yeah, that's what we're liking. Come on, bring it on.
All right, so Kyle Larson, Cup driver, he's sitting there and he's in his underoos just like you, and he's playing a bunch of his buddies in a game, but it's being telecast.
And
he's
and
so
Travey, he said the N-word, and he didn't mean to say it. He was talking just to his buddies.
He said the N-word?
He said the N-word, Travey, and
what an idiot.
Yeah, it was shocking. So you
fire his ass. Oh, I'm sorry, fire him. Yeah, fire him.
It's okay.
You can't say that.
You can say ass. Well, I guess
you can't say that.
So, Travey, you think unequivocally?
I can't be swearing.
You can't swear.
Well,
no, I'm 11. I can't be doing that.
He shouldn't be swearing.
You're 11 years old. You're allowed to swear. Come on now, boy.
Travey, you're sitting down, and you're playing the game with your buddy. It's getting heated, and he's a little fat kid. You say, "Hey, Tubby, eat this, eat my pipe." I mean, do you ever do that?
So what Kyle Larson did?
Different than using the N-word. You can't use that. You can't be racist.
So even though that Kyle Larson is Japanese, that doesn't change anything.
He's a Jap?
Oh.
Oh. Travey.
You can't use that word.
Whoa.
Where did you learn that word?
Whoa. I just.
Travey.
What does he?
Oh.
Travey.
Oh,
you just unequivocally said that this man should be fired for using the N-word, and you just used the J word. I mean, How do you feel about that, Travey?
It's disconnected.
Oh wow!
Hey,
Hey,
but I mean, look. In all reality, though, guys, that happens daily. Okay, so it's people who are racist without being racist. There's a lot of words that we didn't know were racist when we were kids.
I know that I actually grew up in Hawaii and I knew that word is the J word is a really offensive word.
Oh, without question, question. You know, there are 7. You know how it works. Every nationality, we got 7 words. Don't get it twisted. We got 7 words for white people too. You know.
So now, if Kevin Harvick's in his underoos and he's racing against Kyle Larson and he calls him the J word, does he deserve to be fired?
Absolutely. Maybe Harvick's people, his sponsors don't care. Maybe Harvick's team owner doesn't care. You never know. It might be.
Like that Kyle Larson note, I love Travey, but Travey used the J word so loosely. I bet you that Kyle Larson probably grew up in an environment that the N word was so loosely thrown around, comfortable using.
Where's he from? Anybody know?
I mean, no.
That's why I think that his team shouldn't have bailed out on him, because his team probably knows all his friends, his family. They see him daily. They see him in compromising situations, so they know what type of dude he is.
Yeah, and he's stand by somebody, right? Like stand by somebody. You make a mistake, stand by him.
That's right. And he said it so easily. You know that's not the only time he said it. That wasn't a mistake. That was like, oops, I shouldn't have said that here. That wasn't a mistake. Let's get it right.
If Kyle Larson was doing that and he was truly just playing against his buddy and nobody was there, no NASCAR, no nothing, but his wife tapes him using it. A week later, they get in a vicious fight and she puts it out on the internet. Does he still deserve to be fired?
So that was a week later? I didn't know it was taped.
No, it was
live.
taped that day live. I'm giving you a scenario that if he wasn't sponsored, if he wasn't in the race, he was just on his own time, and somebody secretly recorded him using the N word, does he deserve to lose his job?
NASCAR in general, they're built on. They spent all their money to get where they're at. You know how much money it costs? It costs tons of money. So you spend all your money, you spend all your whole life. So you get excited about something. Like going to the racing's freaking, it's all their money. It's all their dreams right on there. I mean, it costs a lot of money to race. That's why you need sponsors.
Well,
and that's why the whole thing.
Oh, so you think he should still be fired?
You know what? He should be at least reprimanded. It's hard to keep McDonald's with all that.
So, do you feel like if he was doing it as private, he's sitting there, he's sitting on the can, his wife, he needs another set of toilet paper from his wife, and he says, "Hey, Ann, give me that roll of toilet paper," but she's recording this thing. Does he deserve to lose his job?
There's part of me that wants to say no, but there's also part of me that, especially if I'm talking every American out there right now, Jason and I, again, we've done shows. We know athletes, Mike, you know how it works in the business world, but the easiest way to get money is not dealing drugs. It's to get sponsored by somebody. You don't got to do nothing but get a check. So if in that thing, it's probably $1 million check. Don't do it ever. With camera on or not. If not, lose your $1 million.
I got an awkward question then for I guess I'm going to give it to Jason because I'm going to get the answer, and then I think we got to deal with Sweetness's emotion. If we all, except for you, agree he needs to be fired, but Travey just dropped the J word.
Yeah, I think he should be suspended. I think we should officially suspend Travey, and he cannot appear on the show for a week, and then we should talk to him as co-workers, even though it's weird to say with an 11-year-old, and let them know why it was not good to use that word and why it's offensive. But we don't turn our back on them. We stick by them.
Okay, well, hold on a second though. I just don't want to back up. So if we're only saying a week, and our sponsors, Mail Excel, all these fans that we built up through our credibility.
Like how much it costs to build up like a brand like that? I mean, that's a lot of money. I think NASCAR big sponsors like $20 million a year. It might cost not.
Well, what to get Ruched brand worth, Sweden? Are you willing to sacrifice for your good buddies? I mean, he's your little buddy. Are you willing to sacrifice our careers?
No.
For Travey?
No.
You see, you guys just created the model right there. We always talk about the cart coming before the horse. That's how that situation should have went. Those guys should have let the team handle it, just like they want the league to handle it. Let the team handle it. suspend this guy, whatever, and let the sponsors decide if that was going to be a big enough problem or not. The sponsors bailed. That's why the team fired him. The team didn't fire him because they wanted to. They fired him because he lost all the sponsors. It's not supposed to go that direction. It's supposed to go, let the team handle it and let the sponsors decide if they're going to stay in or not.
Truth be told, I do think Chip Ganassi was kind of weaselly in this. So this is the last year for Kyle Larson on his contract. They're having to pay him now with the coronavirus. It was a cheap and weaselly way to get out of a deal, knowing who knows if we're going to go back racing. And now I don't have to pay this guy or stand by him. Let's just fire him. Everybody will be happy.
Yeah, let's face it, guys. I mean, you haven't been to many NASCAR races, but at the NASCAR garage, I mean, the N word is dropped. I mean, it's
like old country boy sport. That's just what it is.
We have been in locker rooms at the high school level, the college level, pro level, and the N word just thrown around just as much. But the second those guys walk out of that door, I don't care. You take the biggest NFL star and the biggest college basketball star, and I bet you between Jason and I, we've probably heard him say something like that in the locker room.
Oh, that's a good point. Think about every school, college that we've done, 10, 12 different teams that we've done.
Mm-hmm.
We have never been to a school and not heard it.
The quarterback of the Louisiana LSU Tigers, and you're a white quarterback. You just said you've seen it. He used the N-word in the locker room after the game. Hey, way to go, you ends. And
Joe Burrow?
Yeah, well, and he's about to go get drafted. If that tape would to come out right now, in your mind, do you believe he should be drafted?
I always tell my kids are 16 and 10. I always tell my kids, I'm so happy that I came up through college without Facebook, without social media. We barely had cell phones that took a picture. It was pretty grainy. And so because if my stuff was documented, I already can't run for political office, but my skeletons are way deep. Nowadays, your skeleton goes as far back as the phone model you had. If you said it at one point, you should be scared that it might come out. You absolutely should.
Does Burrow deserve to get drafted?
Yes, absolutely. He deserves it.
He said it to his friends in a private setting. And I would say this. Were his friends okay with it? If they were, then there's no issue.
There's no issue.
Well, hold on a second, though. O just said Larson, if he was in private, Sweetness said he's in private, he's in his underoos, and he said it, but his girlfriend tapes it. They still should be fired.
He shouldn't.
I didn't say it was right. I said if it came out, it shouldn't be. You guys talk about sex tapes and things like that. If you do it, there's a risk of that mojo getting out.
Well, but you're saying Larson deserves to go, but Burrow, I mean, isn't there a part of the culture a little bit in the locker room of a football group that it's a little more common and comfortable? But because we're in an all-white NASCAR sport, how dare he used that word?
But it's really
I feel
like
like you're more than willing to accept that word in the locker room of Florida State when you guys did the deal. You weren't offended. You didn't walk up.
That's a good point. It definitely is a good point. It's like, but as Sweetness said there, it's a country boy's pastime. That's where the hypocritical part comes into play, right? Because every one of these fellas that in the NASCAR team, all the guys that I know that are country boys, they say it faster than black folks say it to black folks sometimes. It's just how they communicate. They don't use it each other as offensive. Now, if they did it to just a black group of black people, they know what they're doing.
Well, and there's a way of how you use it, right? I mean, we're getting semantics now, but there's a way when you say it derogatory, and there's a way when you say it like it's your brother.
But with that said, I want to make a stand on Travey right now because I don't want to go give him a week, and then we get pressure from Mail Excel because they're our partners, and we have to make a financial decision.
Mail Excel.
Well, I mean, we got to hit that button up there, and that's how we get paid. So what I'm saying is I don't want to go to our good friends at Mail Excel and back up. So what you're saying a week, Jason, I mean, Sweetness, you think a week's enough of a penalty?
I think a week, and you know what? We got to give him something worse. Like maybe
we caught him off guard, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Play the NASCAR games. We caught him off guard. We got him excited. He said a word we shouldn't. We suspend him for a week. We tell Mail Excel, this is what we're doing. Our brand is big enough where they want to be partners, and we just come out and say, this is what we're doing, boys.
So I think we're all in agreement. Travey has to do some sensitivity training.
He's going to have to write on the chalkboard.
Yeah.
I will not say
Hey, let's make sure we do the last bit though here for Larson is that, you know, everybody loves a great comeback story. This guy's not over, and you guys have not heard the last of him. And the crazy part is whoever gets him next is going to have to pay a bigger ticket than the guy that just had him. He's going to win in the end of this. He's going to win.
Well, he's a talented guy. He wins races in subpar equipment, and I'm with Jason Ganassi.
I think they messed up.
Weaseled.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, they'll probably be the first one to offer him his ride back when this thing clears up. Think about it. They'll be like, hey, look, you done enough time.
That kid's got more out of that car than any other driver, and I think the talent, they're going to overlook it. Like
If
Charles Barkley's
he
not.
Get in a Stuart Haas car. Gene Haas sponsors half his team, anyways.
Yeah. I would love that comeback story. If anything, look, this whole situation has taught me one thing. Walking out of here, it has to be more than just about myself. It got to be about other people. I think he can use this as a platform that brings my eyes back to NASCAR.
I agree.
All right, boys.
Well, let me just say in closing that I'm personally going to take Travey on.
See you,
and thank you, O. And
you're going to be the counselor?
Yeah, I just think I'm gonna help him through this, and there'll be a little sensitivity training. And I think Travey comes back well rested, fresh, and we bring Travey on. I mean, who knows what's going to happen? We might have a school bus run over some kids at a crossing guard, and we might need an 11-year-old.
Travey, hang in there, buddy. We'll see you in a week.
I started my business when I was 28 years old. All I know is grind.
I've absolutely earned this lifestyle that I live right now. I'm not trying to change it.
And let's remember husband Mike down on pit road.
Now I'm going NASCAR driving, and I'm having babies.
Oh, hail the king! You're going to start doing a bunch of stupid shit with your money. I'm not going to do it with mine.
I'm sure my whole family's going, what the f*** is Mike doing?